Just when the competition seems predictable, with every girl trying to act more perfect than the next, something unexpected happens. A girl in a wheelchair quietly enters the scene. She doesn't try to grab attention, doesn't force a smile, doesn't fight for a spot in front. She simply arrives as she is, calm, composed, and unbothered by the chaos around her. And somehow, that alone shifts the entire energy of the room. While others rely on glamour and noise, she carries a kind of quiet courage that doesn't need to be advertised. Some contestants stare, confused about why she's even there, while others whisper, assuming she doesn't stand a chance. But the rich man notices something they don't: the confidence in her eyes, the honesty in her presence, and the way she refuses to let anyone's expectations define her worth. In that moment, she becomes impossible to ignore. In a world where attention is treated like a prize and love is reduced to a game, a strange competition begins with nothing more than a single rose. The rich man hosting it believes that by offering this rose, he can reveal who truly deserves a place by his side. But what unfolds is something entirely different. Girls gather around him, not for love, but for validation, for status, for the thrill of being chosen. Smiles become masks, kindness turns into strategy, and every compliment hides a quiet rivalry. The rose becomes a symbol of power, and suddenly everyone is willing to outshine, outsmart, or even outplay the other just to hold it for a moment. In this atmosphere of ego and desperation, the line between affection and obsession begins to blur, setting the stage for a story far deeper than anyone expected. And that's when everything truly begins. When the competition finally reaches its breaking point, something shifts inside him. The roses, the rules, the drama, all of it suddenly feels meaningless compared to the quiet sincerity he saw in the girl who never tried to play the game. While others fought, she simply existed with honesty, and that honesty becomes the one thing he can no longer ignore. He realizes that love isn't found in grand gestures, perfect looks, or the loudest voice in the room. It's found in someone who doesn't need to pretend. Someone who shows up as they are, even when the world doubts them. So instead of rewarding the chaos, he walks away from it. He chooses the one girl who wasn't trying to win anything, except maybe the right to be herself. And in that choice, he discovers the kind of connection no contest could ever create. Only truth can lead you there. As the pressure of the competition grows, the girl's desperation starts to turn the entire event into a twisted spectacle. One by one, their own schemes backfire. The pranks they set for others trip them instead, their plans to embarrass someone else expose their own insecurity, and the constant need to outdo each other slowly chips away at their charm. What began as harmless rivalry spirals into chaos as alliances break, accusations fly, and every girl tries to prove she's the only one who deserves the rose. Meanwhile, the rich man watches all of this unfold, realizing that the contest he created is revealing far more truth than he expected. He sees how easily people lose themselves when they chase validation, and how quickly masks fall off when ego takes over. And in the middle of this unraveling, he finally notices who never tried to win by destroying others. While everyone else is busy competing, pretending, and performing, she does something surprisingly simple: she stays true to herself. She doesn't try to outdress anyone, doesn't force a charm she doesn't feel, and doesn't enter the chaos that everyone else is drowning in. Instead, she shows a different kind of beauty, the kind that doesn't need loudness or competition to be seen. She listens, she observes, and when she speaks, it's with honesty, not with hidden motives. And that calm sincerity begins to unsettle the ones who rely on exaggeration to get noticed. The rich man starts realizing that the more the others fight, the more they fade into the same noise. But she stands out, not because she tries to, but because she doesn't. Her presence becomes a reminder that real value isn't claimed through battles or roses, it shines through character. And that difference becomes impossible to overlook. As soon as the other girls realize that the quiet girl in the wheelchair is gaining attention without even trying, their insecurity begins to surface in the ugliest ways. What once looked like a glamorous competition slowly twists into a battlefield of jealousy. Compliments turn sharp, smiles hide bitterness, and the desire to win becomes stronger than basic kindness. Some girls start whispering behind her back, others attempt little tricks to embarrass her, and a few even try to sabotage one another just to stay ahead. It's no longer about love, it's about proving something, about defeating someone they've chosen as a threat. The atmosphere grows tense, almost desperate, as each girl pushes harder, forgetting that real worth never comes from tearing someone else down. And in their rush to outshine her, they fail to see how their own actions reveal who they truly are.